All right, welcome back for another episode of the Wednesday Watch List. This is my weekly look ahead to all the new books coming out this Wednesday, New Comic Book Wednesday, January 21st, 2026. I'll give you a rundown on all the books that are coming out, give you some highlights of some things you should keep an eye out for. I actually decided to kind of revamp the format a little bit, so please let me know what you think of the new format in the comments down below. I decided to make it more about the books and less about me, so let's see how you guys enjoy that, along with me still giving my take and my my biases along the way, of course. I figure it's a new year, so it's time to kind of revamp things with new intros you might have noticed with the show, as well as, hey, I got a little bit of a new background. I'm still a work in progress here. Got to clear out this hoarder's paradise of comics in here, but I did add this bookshelf to the room, so now more of my stuff can be on display as we go forward. And I'll probably figure out some lighting situation, maybe go for a different camera angle at some point. But all things to look forward to in 2026. But for now, if you just want to see this week's rundown, don't worry, I got you covered. It'll be coming up soon. But before we get to it, please let me know, like I said, what you think about the new format and everything else in the comments down below. Any recommendations on books that you might have that you think I should be checking out or that others should be checking out, please put them in the comments down below. Make sure that you like, you subscribe, you hit the alert button so you don't miss anything. Keep telling your friends so we can keep growing the channel, as we are nearing my goal of 10K sooner than I had expected. So we are nearly there, almost 10,000 subscribers. Thank you for all the support. We are on our way. And with that all said, just hang on for a few seconds after the intro, and I will be right back. All right, so even though I decided to revamp the entire show, it is still going to be very familiar for most of you, usual viewers, as we are still going to start off with the top of the stack. This is my top of the pile, those first books that I can't wait to get a hold of to read when I get my new books this Wednesday. Things I'm just looking really forward to continuing the stories and see where we're going from here. So at the top of my pile for this week, I'm looking forward to the next installment of Exquisite Corpses. That's right, the series has gotten a little bit of heat the last week or so because of the news announcement that it's being adapted again, but issue 9 is coming out, so I'm looking forward to more fun here with this with this excellent story. So we've got a cover A option. We've also got a B cover here if you want to go that route. There is a pinked polybag version which has a special card inside of it. If you're collecting those cards for the game, this would be your 9th one. Actually, I think more than that, because some of the second prints had some special cards as well. But other options here, we've got a third open order cover along with that, as well as the incentives that you can go for if you want to go with the 1 in 25, which is a creepy option there. I mean, just the faces in the skin, like the sewn together suit, if you will, is just really a disturbing idea and a cool image. It looks Frankensteinish, sure, but I don't know. It's kind of cool. The whole face is strung together to make a suit, if you will. From there, we also have a really cool 1 in 50 if you want to go that route. I love the cherry blossoms there in the background. And of course, every issue of Exquisite Corpses has had that special thank you edition, that foil version of the cover A that goes to 1 per store, 1 per account for your shop. So if you're friendly with your shop owner, maybe you can get this at a decent price, if not for free, because they're getting it given as a thank you for free. Hey, who knows? But with that, these things have generally done well on the aftermarket the week of release, some better than others. So we will see how number 9 does on the heels of that news announcement of this being adapted. Along with that and Image, another book I'm really looking forward to that I've enjoyed along the way is Ghost Pepper. This kind of a spiritual successor, if you will, as far as art style goes to Battle Chasers, is just something that I really dig. So I'm on board for this series and on board for more. We've got issue 7 starting up here. A new battle begins. So this is technically, I guess, a new storyline kicking off with issue 7. And we've got a couple of covers with the cover A. You've got a cover B option here by Chuma Hill. You've got a 1 in 10 if you like the action figure things. I'm kind of over these personally, but I know people collect them. You go for it. Then we got a 1 in 25, which is really cool by Riley Rossmo, I believe. I dig this one quite a bit. And then there is a really cool 1 in 50 here as well. So please pick whichever one you like, but the 1 in 50 is really cool. I just don't think I have the wallet to go towards many incentives this week because there are a lot of them. But I don't know. Probably just going to stick with the A and roll on from there. Also, books I'm looking forward to over at Marvel this time is I've enjoyed this Alien versus Captain America. I know a lot of people have made fun of these kind of crossovers. They feel forced half the time, but I gotta admit, this one's kind of fun. I'm kind of enjoying this throwback to the classic Cap in World War II times, fighting xenomorphs and aliens. You could cap the other Captain Marvel showing up, the Kree one. It's it's a fun ride so far. I want to see where this goes from here with issue 3, and I'm fine getting either the A cover here, which is most likely what I'm going to grab. The B is not bad, and then there is a 1 in 25 option as well, but I'll probably just get the A or B personally. Also, been enjoying this Mortal Thor run. I like this idea of Thor just kind of restarting and rebuilding, and then we got Donald Blake as a villain here. Was the Serpent? It's just a lot of cool stuff going on with this Mortal Thor series. I'm enjoying it. So issue 6, awesome. Alex Ross cover along with it. Going to be grabbing that. And this is, like I said, near the top of my pile. We got other covers here as well if you want to go with the B or the C. But as I mentioned, I'm just going to get the Alex Ross and call it a day. But there is also a 1 in 25 option too, if you want to go that route. I think another one or final one at the top of my stack. I'm generally going to try to keep this to about 5 books thereabouts going forward, I think, because I'm no longer doing a regular pull list. You'll see why as we move forward. But X-Men of Apocalypse is another book that I'm kind of biased towards. I loved the original X-Men Age of Apocalypse storyline from back in the day. It was one of my favorites. It just hit me at that time when I was really into comics and, as a youth, as a kid, and I just really got into it. I love the other world, Elseworlds kind of tale. It was like a new idea to me at the time. These days, a multiverse, idea isn't that big of a deal, but this taps into that original nostalgia for me. So I'm interested in seeing more of this with some of those original Age of Apocalypse characters still kind of carrying over and mixing it up with different timeline versions of the X-Men. I think it's kind of a fun idea. So by Jeff Loeb here. And Simone DeMeo's art is also pretty solid to have on the interiors as well. So issue 2, yeah, the cover A ain't bad, but you know where I'm going to go with this one. No, not the Art Adams. No, solid option. If you want to go that route, it is a solid option. But I gotta go with Joe Mad. I mean, again, it's one of my favorites. I'm biased, I know, but I gotta get the Joe Mad cover, especially doing Blink. That's gonna be the one I pick up. There is also other options here as well because it is Marvel. It is a big title for them. We got a Sway, so pretty cool option there with Mystique. And we also have the Mark Brooks doing the animated Disney style, giving us a classic Age of Apocalypse Cyclops there with the long hair and the one eye. I think that was a cool design for him back in the day. And we also have 1 in 25 homage here to that classic Gambit Rogue Kiss cover, but this time it's Rogue and Magneto, because if you know Age of Apocalypse, you know why. 1 in 50 option, no, 1 in 100 here is the Stephen Platt, which I like, but I don't love this. I don't know. It's just the Wolvie arm up front is a little too straight edge for me. I don't know, but it is a pretty cool designed cover. It just has a couple of things that just kind of irk me a little bit. So, but also I'm not going to be picking up a 1 in 100. I'm going to be honest. Though we do even have a higher ratio than that, as we have a well, I'm sorry. First, we have the 1 in 50 option, which is the Virgin version of that Joe Mad cover, and then we have it yet again with a slightly recolored Virgin version. That is the 1 in 200. A lot of options, a lot of cool covers here, but I'm probably going to get the trade dress, Joe Mad, and that'll be the one that I pick up for this book. But that's the top of my stack. From here, I'm going to go into my blind pick of the week, which is another X book. I will freely admit that I am biased towards the X-Men, and it is what it is. At least I can admit it. But I think this series is going to be pretty good, and I'm looking forward to it. So this is going to be my blind pick of the week, and one of the ones I'm going to be grabbing at the shop, is it has a ton of great covers to go along with it. And the book that I'm talking about here is Psylocke. So Psylocke Ninja #1. Yes, the Derek Chew cover is pretty cool, but I think there's a couple other options here that are better choices personally. So there's your A. You've got an In-Hyuk Lee, pretty cool with her and Elektra facing off. Kind of like that too. We've got this option here by Scotty Young. That's also a fun one. If you like Scotty Young, that's a pretty cool cover to get. We've also got this Little Lobos option. Also pretty cool art there. I mean, these are all very, very good. But Art Germ, it's phenomenal. You got to look at the finer details. It's very pale colored wise, but you got to see the textures and the designs like hidden in it to really appreciate it. It's awesome. It's awesome to look at. But with that, we've also got even more with a foil option, and this Nogi-san 1 in 25 is really cool. I just love the design of it. The black, white, and red really pops with the blood streaks, and it's forming that kind of like flower, almost like the butterfly of when she uses her powers at the same time, but with streaks of blood from the other ninjas. It's a really cool image. And then we do have that Villalobos is a virgin version as the 1 in 100. Also really cool. And yes, I wish I had the funds to go and buy the 1 in 200 because, like I said, that art germ is just gorgeous. I'm fine getting it with the trade dress because I don't think the trade dress is too it doesn't obscure the art too much. But yes, the 1 in 200 virgin is a gorgeous piece of art, but it is what it is. That said, that would be my blind pick for this week. And also, before we move on to some more of the other books, I'm going to give you my taste test for this week. So, the blind pick is something that's new that's coming out that I'm pretty sure is going to be pretty good. This taste test is, on the other hand, something I'm going to give a try. I'm going to see how this goes. Something that I find kind of interesting concept wise, and I'm going to give it a shot. I'm not going to back it because I haven't read it yet, but I think the ideas and concepts sound interesting enough to me. So I'm going to try this Ignition Press book, Bloodland. Yes, it's more vampires. I know a lot of people probably have vampire fatigue at this point, but I like a good vampire story when it's done well. And just the United States collapsing and then they're vampires. It sounds kind of like an interesting concept. This art also is pretty good here, as this cover gives me kind of a reminiscent of a little Adam Hughes-esque kind of cover there on the cover A. So I'm going to be giving this book a try because it sounds interesting and I dig this cover. So I'm going to give it a shot as my taste test for this week. There are a couple other covers here as well to go with that. I'm going to get the A, but the B is pretty solid there. You got almost a Mike Mignola-esque cover there as well. And then we got a Sorrentino 1 in 10 that is pretty cool as well. So the Andrea Sorrentino 1 in 10 is a little fun little option there with the fangs in the face. Okay. Now, before we move on to the rest of the show, I want to remind anybody out there who needs supplies to use my code RENA10 over at BCW for 10% off your entire order. You get your bags, your boards, your long boxes and short boxes, basically anything to keep your comics and collectibles safe. BCW has a product for you. You hate buying supplies. That's money you got to spend to keep your stuff safe. You hate doing it, but you got to do it. So you might as well save some money while you do it. You help out the channel, you save yourself some money. So use my code RENA10 for 10% off your entire BCW order. All right. Thank you for that. And with that, from here on out, we're going to try something completely different. I'm leveraging the idea of what I did for Off the Rack and just doing it for the whole show. So basically, from here on out, I'm just going to go publisher by publisher, and we're going to run through the books. So this way I can also hopefully break it down into snippets after the fact, with little timestamps, so you guys can jump forward to hit the bits you want to hear easier without having to jump through hoops to figure out where to go. So with that, let's start off with the biggest publisher right now, at least by market share. DC is on top. So we are going to start off with DC today. And with that, let's see what we got. All right. So our first DC book coming out this week, we're going to look at is Batman, Superman, World's Finest. This number 47 seems to be continuing on this storyline. I am not currently on board for this title, so I apologize for not having a lot of background for you, but I know there's a lot of cool covers that go along with it, and a lot of folks are still picking it up. 47 issues in. I think it's E.M. Gist there on that B cover. This third cover is really cool, as well as there's a fourth option for you to pick up. So if you're on board for World's Finest, you got 4 cover options. DC's kind of really cut back on the incentives, so you pick which one you like. You pick your favorite, and you go from there. If I were picking it up, I'd probably go with that third option right there. Personally, looks to be my favorite. I like the silhouette, the picture-in-a-picture inside a silhouette is always a concept art style that I dig. So when done well, I like it. All right. A book that I am picking up, though, is Catwoman. So Catwoman 83 is on my pull list. And from here on out, if you see that little coin, that is for things that are on my personal pull list, if you're curious. But I'm not going to make a big deal out of it like I had previously and shown you all my pull list books. They're just going to be intermixed throughout as we hit through the different publishers. So here, Catwoman number 83, been digging this story. I love this cover by Sebastian Fiumara as well. The Court of the Owls. It's a cool... it's a cool look, cool concept. I dig the cover. Frank Cho also doesn't Doesn't steer you wrong with his covers here. So I gotta love that. And then we do have two more options for you as well. So you can go with the C, or you can go with the D cover here. So once again, pick whichever one's your favorite. I'm most likely just going to go with the A, but you make your own, choice on your book. Also on my pull list, I have Nightwing. So Nightwing 134, it's back on the pull. I'm just enjoying what we're doing here with Dick Grayson. So I'm going to be going on forward with issue 134. Couple of covers here. Probably going to get the A, though some good options. I mean, Elizabeth Torque here on the B, and then this is a pretty cool cover here as well. I might try this one. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth the extra buck because, again, with DC, those cardstock covers come with an extra cost of $1 when you go beyond the A. So I might just stick with the A and save that buck, but I'm not sure. I mean, $5.99, it's $5.99. But with that said, let's keep the list rolling and go check out Superman Unlimited. Again, it's not a title that you can see. No coin, so it's not on my pull list. So you get the idea. But let's still take a look at it. Let's talk about it. Superman Unlimited does have a few covers for you. You've got this first cover A. We've got a second option here as well by Gilliam March. And then we've got a couple of more covers here for you to choose from if you decide to go that route. Once again, no incentive covers, so you can grab what you like. And then I also think there's actually a fifth one. Yeah, here we go. There's one more. So we got like a golden Superman option here if you want to read this Dan Slott Superman. So moving on from here, we also have Wonder Woman. So Wonder Woman, apparently the Amazons are going to be meeting her daughter. So we'll see how that all goes. I've been in and out on this title, but currently I am not picking it up. Might have to take a look at it again. I'm not sure. You guys let me know if it's worth grabbing. But issue 29 is coming out this week. And we've got this cover A. Pretty cool Nakayama option here. I do like David Nakayama. It's also not a secret. I like David Aja as well. And then we've got a fourth cover option too, if you want to go that route. Also from DC, KO is still rolling on. So the DC KO event is still continuing. So let's take a look at what we have from the KO event specifically this week. We have, I think, 2 books, maybe 2 books. Let's take a look anyway. So first one up, we have Titans. So Titans, Earth's Last Line of Defense. Titans number 31 tying in. I'm not normally picking up Titans, but this is part of the KO event. Man, I might have to check it out. KO is at first I was a little wary about it. I didn't know what to expect, but it has been a lot of fun. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of iffy about getting some of these ancillary titles, these tie-ins, but I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of an impulse. But here's A and the B, and then I really do like the Grail cover here on the third option. It is also with Derek Chu. Solid art there. So pretty cool cover, if you ask me. I don't know. But if I get it, that would probably be the one I would grab. And then along with Titans, we also have this Green Lantern Galactic Slam one-shot coming out. So, yeah, let's just slap our wrestling together with our comics and let's just go forward with it. Anyway, this is the cover A. We have some fun covers here. I think it's the Gilliam March as well. You got Darkseid. You got Kyle Rayner. Pretty cool. I love the DC KO in the background. I like it when the trade dress is worked into it like that into the image. We got a real close up on Macho Man here. I know it's not Macho Man, but it reminds me of Macho Man. And then I really dig this last cover here. It's kind of a video game, Street Fighter style. Yes, it's sideways because it's a wraparound, and I just wanted to show it to you that way first. And then we can spin it around and take a look at the full thing. It's really cool. I want to make sure I pick one of these up because I like the pixelated. It's beyond 8-bit. So this would be more the Super Nintendo style, for Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition or something. But I like it. I think it's a cool cover. And this will probably be the one I grab just because of I might have let this title go by, this one shot. I might have let this slip by, but then I saw this cover and I was like, you know what? Even for $7, I think I got to get this thing. So I'm probably going to be grabbing that. Also from DC, we have the sweater weather covers. So I'm still doing the variants. They're kind of broken out, but I'm doing them, along with the publisher. So the DC sweater weather variants for this week are a couple, not a ton, but I think we got like 2 or 3. Our first one being Catwoman. So we got a Tula Lotte Catwoman hitting the slopes, if you will. We've also got Dick Grayson on those same slopes. So you got to get that Nightwing beefcake cover. Some of these hit. You've seen the past years. A lot of these have done well, especially these Nightwing covers. So keep an eye on this one as this week. Then again, it could have been ordered heavily enough to meet that demand. I'm just saying, something to keep an eye on because the prior editions, remember that spicy pumpkin cover? Who would have guessed how hot that would have gotten and the prices that thing would have fetched? But we'll see how this goes. And then finally, we do have a Wonder Woman as well. Her some seals. I think it's Elizabeth Torque giving us this one. So there is our sweater weathers for this week. Checking it off. We've got a couple more books next week, and that'll wrap us up for our sweater weather variants for the month of January. But we're not done. DC is also doing these punk rock variants. So let's see what punk rock variants we have for you. We're going to first start off with, I think, the Superman Batman. So we've got that, the World's Finest, number 47. I like it. It's kind of a fun cover. It's cool. I mean, not all of these are great, but this one, I kind of like it. And then we also have this Superman Unlimited option, which, like Allred, it's not bad. It's not my favorite. I mean, yes, there's a lot of safety pins there. I get it. But you notice there's not one safety pin actually in Superman. So he doesn't have like any in his nose or in his ear. I get it. He probably can't pierce his Kryptonian skin, but still, figure for the design aspect, he would have had like one or two just like jammed in there. I don't know. Just saying. But that's what we have for those sweater weather books. That's taking us almost through the end. We have 2 more books left, possibly coming next week. We've got Superman 34 and then Unlimited number 15 with 2 more punk rocks to finish up that variant set for the month of January. All right, from here, we'll go to the next largest publisher and check out Marvel. So, yes, everybody loves Marvel. I love Marvel. I know they get a bum rap lately because some of the books have lagged as far as content-wise. It's just not been as good. I mean, again, a lot of DC is riding on the coattails of not only the KO event, but also the Absolute stuff. So, just saying, they're riding high. Marvel's waiting in the wings. Eventually, these things will shift, and that's how it goes. That's how it goes. But anyway, so let's take a look at what Marvel has in store for us this week, as there are plenty of books that I'm still going to be picking up. Amazing Spider-Man being one of them. Yes, on the pull list, obviously. Can't let my ASM run get broken. So number 20, Legacy 984. Getting near that 1,000 mark. Continuing this Goblin Slayer stories. So we'll see how that goes on. And then Spidey's still up in space, too. Awesome Delato cover. I don't love the JRJR. I'm sorry, I just don't love that cover, but this Delato is really cool. Probably going to grab this one, but it's a close call. It's a close call because there's also this Libramejo, which is also really good. So not sure which of the two I want to go to bat with. I might be the rare occasion where I double dip. I might have to. I don't know. You got Juggernaut, Amazing Visions. Those Bermejo covers have been awesome, so I want to keep that run going. But that Delato is also really good as well. And then we have a 1 in 25 if you want to go that route. And as you know, we'll get to the variants when we get there because there are some for some of these titles. And let's bring back the Bermejo because, yes, there is the 1 in 100 incentive virgin version of it. So if you want to go pay up for that, you can. All right, what else do we got for you? Black Panther Intergalactic. Again, we got Doc Ock showing up here. I didn't love the Black Panther in space, the space galactic story. So them returning to it, it's just not where I personally want to go. So I'm sitting this one out. If it's good, please let me know if I should check it out. I'm just going off of my preconceived biases because I didn't enjoy it that much the last time. So let me know. Again, I'm relying on some help here because I can't read everything. But number 2 is coming out. Couple covers here. You got an A, you got a B. That's an EM Gist as well. Pretty cool snake, on that one. And then we've got a 1 in 25 option here too. So we can go with that. Moving on from there, Captain America number 6. Now we are building towards something here. As you can see, Armageddon assembles in 5 months. They're building towards another huge event at Marvel. They're 5 months out. They're already planning towards it. Doom Shadow Part 1. A lot of covers on this, a lot of things happening in this book, apparently. I think there's a first appearance as well as the return of, S.H.I.E.L.D. Anyway, sorry if I'm spoiling it, but it says it in the thing. A new version of S.H.I.E.L.D. is coming. So Captain America's number 6 is definitely on my poll with a few covers here. We've got this Foreshadow variant. So you've got Doom, the Doom mask being held up. What does that mean? I don't know yet. It's a Foreshadow variant. Who knows? We'll find out in a couple of months, I think. But also from there, we have this first appearance cover. I forget the name of this character. I mean, they're going to be introduced here, but you got this character appearing here. I believe that's what they're calling it. They're calling it the first appearance cover. Then we got a Lionel Francis Yu cover as well. And then we've got the Todd Nauck iconic covers, which they're okay. What else do we got? We have the Shield cover. Their return. This is with the return of Shield. They have a special, return of Shield cover. So that's kind of fun. Old school logo with a lot of empty shells and bullet casings. Kind of fun. We got a foil edition. If you want to go with that, you got a foil cover. And then we got a design cover on the 1 in 10. This is, I'm assuming, the new Shield look, magnetic Shield holder on the arm there. I don't know. It's an interesting design. I guess I still kind of like the old Shield look. I don't know if it needs revamping, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We also have a 1 in 25 here. I mean, are these new Hydra guys or these? I think these are Doom guys. Anyway, we've got that 1 in 25 option, as well as, hey, bring back the line of Francis Yu for the 1 in 100. We'll take some of that trade dress off. You got Doom's castle in the background there, and yeah, it's kind of like almost like a Nike, I don't know, like Winter Olympics kind of vibe going to those Shield outfits. Like I said, I don't know if I love it yet, but we'll see. That all said, there is still even more. There is a 1 in 1,000 option. That's right, a 1 in 1,000 by Ikajor, which is a really cool cover. This Red Widow, I dig this a lot. I wish this was not a 1 in 1,000 because there's no way in hell I'm buying a 1 in 1,000 cover because the price on it is just ridiculous. I think Midtown had it listed for like $900. There's no way, but it is a pretty cool cover. It is what it is, but there it is, 1 in 1,000. Moving on, Daredevil and Punisher. Yep, I'm going to be picking this up. I like both of these characters. I like it when these two face off and mix it up. I love the street level type stuff. So yeah, I'm on board for more of this. So it's on my list. Yeah, so we've got cover A. We've got a cover B option here, as well as that's it. Just these two for now. Because now we're going to move on to the Fantastic Four. So Fantastic Four has Invisible Woman Part 2 coming out. This is the Humberto Ramos cover. Not loving this cover. Her eyes are a little upset a little bit there if you look at it closely enough. Then we've got Jusko. Yeah. After Kirby. Pretty cool. We got this option here. Also giving you that kind of classic vibe. We've got a Scotty Young giving us this Malice, because we got this new version of Malice, I believe, to run into this title. I'm not currently reading FF. If I should, once again, I solicit feedback if I should be. But that's a pretty fun one. I like the Scotty Young. And then this is a really nice 1 in 25 with the Black Cat here. I got to admit. So I like that 1 in 25. Hulk smash everything. There was a really cool, I think, Brooks cover on the first issue. This one doesn't have the same kind of pop to it, but if you want to read more Hulk smashy things, here's Hulk smash number 2 with 1, 2, the Kyle Hots, not bad. And then we've got third option there for you, as well as a 1 in 25. So yeah, you want to see Hulk smashing dinosaurs? Here you go. Hulk smashes everything. New Avengers is continuing on. Yep, here you go. You got the New Avengers, number 8. The Unusual Suspect. You got Black Widow fronting this one. Another cover option there with Clea. Pick whichever one you like. Those are your two options on New Avengers number 8. And then we also have Planet She-Hulk. I'm sorry. Planet She-Hulk. I had this on my list, but I actually, to be honest, I haven't really dug into it. So I decided I can't just keep pulling this just to get it. So if I like it, once I catch up, maybe I'll go back for it. But right now, you'll notice no coin. So it's not on the pull list currently. But Planet She-Hulk number 3 coming out. A couple of cool covers. You got an A, you got a B, and you've got a 1 in 25 here. I like the silhouettes. Feels like there's some empty space there to be kind of filled with the red background. Like could add something, but still not bad. Spider-Man and Wolverine number 9. Yeah, with this mashup Arachnix character where it's Peter Logan. I don't know what's going on in this book. This is just one that's not really for me. But they're still going on. I mean, it's issue 9. These two are still teaming it up. I mean, I like Carrie Andrews, but yeah, I don't know about this. A couple of covers here. Pick whichever one you like for this weird mashup character. I mean, even his blades are kind of weirdly crooked. Just it doesn't make I don't know. Whatever. Moving on. Spider-Man 94. The final showdown. And this is the end of this series. So the end of this mini, at least for now. Who knows if they'll pick it back up again down the line. But issue 5, Spider-Man 94 is wrapping up here. So with that, you've got a couple of cover options with the A and the B, as well as this C option. That's an action figure cover. And then I believe a 1 in 25. No, another animation style cover for you. No incentive. So no incentive on this one. No 1 in 25. So all open order on that one. Sorry, just needed a drink before we keep rolling on here. So we have Star Wars still rolling on at number 9. As you notice, no coin. I just couldn't keep up. Just couldn't keep up with the Star Wars comics. I'm waiting for more Star Wars content to come to us via movies and television, but the comics, they weren't scratching me where I itch. They just weren't. To be fair. Now, if it's picked up, please let me know. But the end of the New Republic, I don't know. Number 9, a couple of covers here. Boom. Action figures. They keep doing them. And then we got this one here, Lionel Francis Yu. Not bad. And then we do have a 1 in 25. All right. Moving on from here, we do have Ultimate Black Panther number 24. And this is the end of this series, as the entire Ultimate Universe apparently is coming to an end. We'll see what happens following that, or what comes from the ashes of that. But this is the end of this series here at number 24, with 1 cover, 2 covers, and 3 covers. Not bad. I kind of like that third one. And then we do have a 1 in 25 option too, if you want to go the incentive route. Wiccan, I think, is our last Marvel book for now. Wiccan, The Witch's Road, issue 2. Yeah, if you want to read more about Wiccan, there you go. Here's your option. So you got him and Hulkling. Pretty cool cover. We got B option here. Fing Fang Foom. Not bad. I dig it. Solid art here as well. And then solid art under 1 in 25. All covers are pretty good. Just got to say it for Wiccan Witch's Road. But again, it's not a title I'm currently picking up, so pick whichever one you like if you're reading it. And from there, let's get into the Shadows of Tomorrow. These are the X books that we are starting up and continuing on, following the events of Age of Revelation. And yes, I already talked about the Psylocke book, but from there are a couple other books we can talk about. So let's take a look at what we've got, starting off first with a new number 1, I believe, with Rogue getting her own title. So Shadows of Tomorrow, Rogue coming at us with Nakayama cover. You got a B option here. Here's a third one by Lyrics. Scotty Young. Pretty cool Scotty Young. Got to have fun with that one, right? There's a foil. Oh, no, I'm sorry, not a foil. The 1 in 25. I kind of like that. Her holding up the Sentinel head. It's very simple. It's pretty straightforward, but I kind of like it. And then we'll take that Lyrically and take the trade dress, and there is our 1 in 100 option for Rogue, if you want to go that route. We've also got a new X-Force title starting up here with the Inglorious X-Force. So, cool. I mean, I'm always up for a good X-Force title here. And it's Tim Seeley going to be giving us this one. I thought about putting this one also in my blind picks, but yeah, I don't want to be too heavily X-biased. Plus, I needed something for this segment. But Archangel, Cable, sure, Helverine, I guess. Boom Boom coming back. All right, Boom Boom. That's a solid look for Boom Boom. We'll see another cover here in a second that's not quite as good. And she's featured here on the B cover. And then there's also a C cover. Yeah, that's one I'm not loving. There's something about her haircut there. She looks like Richard Hammond, and she's got it all bleached out. I watched Top Gear from like back in the day. It's kind of what his hair looked like. And then this 1 in 25 is just also not a great look. I think it's the shoulder pads and then the skinny neck. It's just, I don't know. I don't like it. But that's the 1 in 25. There is a 1 in 50 that's kind of cool. This Hidden Gems version of Archangel. Gotta love Archangel, right? Going back to the 90s there. And then we'll bring this one back, take out that trade dress, and that will be our 1 in 100, because that's what we do over at Marvel. And then finally, we have X-Men number 24. It's not only Shadows of Tomorrow, but it's also wrapping up with an epilogue towards Age of Revelation. So here we go. Cover A. We've got a B with Storm. This is the kind of a homage to the 250th anniversary for our country. So yeah, you see Ben Franklin down below. You'll see the cover that it is homage. Well, not cover, the calendar that it's homaging in a second. We got this option here as well. The Marvel Rivals. This is a cool cover with Gambit, and it's a wraparound. It's a wraparound with Gambit and Rogue, and I gotta admit, it's kind of cool. I like it. I like it. Might have to pick it up. Not sure. But with that going to the incentive, we do have the 1 in 50, and there's the calendar, but it's Thor and Ben Franklin with the lightning. But it makes sense. Storm also with a lightning. So you see the little swap change that they did there. Okay. Also at Marvel, we can go over to the Clayton Crane covers. So we got the Clayton Crane stuff. He's been doing a lot of these covers for Marvel. They're going to run through February too. So be on board for more. Oh, sorry about that. Didn't mean to have that Cosmic, because we've got no Cosmics this week. But we do have Spider-Man. So Spider-Man on the ASM book, not bad. It's not a bad Clayton Crane. And you got a 1 in 50 option too that comes with it. Oh, sorry for that transition. It shouldn't do that. Hopefully it doesn't do that the rest of the way. Let's see. Here we go. Black Panther. And then we got a 1 in 50. There we go. That's how it should roll. What else we got? We got a Daredevil on that Daredevil Punisher book. And then we also have the 1 in 50, which is a virgin version of it. That Planet She-Hulk. We've got a She-Hulk and a 1 in 50. Then we got the Archangel on that Inglorious X-Force, as well as, you guessed it, a 1 in 50 virgin. And then finally, on the X-Men 24, we have a Magic cover done by Clayton Crane with a 1 in 50 virgin. So grab whichever one you like. If you like any of those, that is a huge chunk out of the list. We have 3 coming next week, and then 3 more that'll be sprinkled throughout a couple of weeks there in February. And then those Clayton Crane covers will be done. I think there's like 20 in total. But we are not done with Marvel just yet, nearly, but not just yet. Stormbreakers. So these are the new artists doing that. Marvel's newer artists giving you special covers, usually themed each month. And this month they are doing X-Men trading card covers. So we did a couple of them. We have a few more to go through this week. So for this week, we have Rogue on Rogue number 1. And you see how they have like that trading card kind of border thing going there? That's kind of what they're aiming for with the Stormbreakers for this month. Cable on the X-Force. So there's yet another X-Force variant. And then Psylocke, of course, she has one as well with this one. So, oh, and not to forget, all X books are getting one of these because here's X-Men 24 with an Emma Frost as well. So pick which one up you like if you like them. But that is it. That is finishing off the Stormbreaker trading card variants for this month. So what were that? 8 of them? 8 in total. And half of them just released this week. So all done. From here, let's move on over to Image. So Image Comics. Let's see what we have here from Image. Another one of my favorites. There's a lot of books that I like grabbing from Image, but it might be a light week for me, though, as far as indies go. Just saying. When I was doing the deck, not a lot of the titles I personally read were coming out, but we'll see. This one, a lot of news coming out these last couple of weeks. The Assorted Crisis events, number 8. A lot of speculation to be had. A lot of people might be paying attention to this book following all that hoopla with issues 1 and 2 of the last few weeks. So issue 8, part of the second run, the second arc. And it's also near its end. This is the penultimate issue. I think after issue 9, it might take another break. I don't know if it'll be a series finale or just a break. You know how Image goes. They usually take breaks after arcs and wait a couple of months and then come out for more. But this is the second to last before we take at least a break. With that, I got to go back. I liked the first run of Assorted Crisis events. I'll admit it. I just didn't know if I had it in me to start the second arc. But now, again, with all the excitement and people talking about it again, it's got me curious. So I might have to go back and start picking up the recent run. But with that, 2 covers. You got to cover A and you got to cover B option, and that is it. We also have Darkness number 2 with a couple of covers. There's A, Top Cow, and then we've got a B. And then the B, without the trade dress, is the 1 in 25 incentive. Death to Pachuco coming out with issue 4. And this is also the penultimate issue. So only one more before this mini or this story arc is wrapping it up. We'll see if there's any more following that. But the penultimate issue 4 here with a couple of covers. You got 1, you got 2, and then you've got a third option here. So pick which one that you like. Everything Dead and Dying is wrapping up. This is the end, I guess, at least for now. I don't know if they're going to be coming back, but for now, issue 5 seems to be the end. At least they're going to be a stopping point. So issue 5 with 1 and 2 covers, and I think a third 1 in 10 option here. Yeah, third 1 in 10. So pick which one of those you like. Sorry, just needed a drink there. Moving on, Good is Dead, only one cover. And this is also near its end. One more issue on this David Lapham series. So one more of this title to come. No other options than this. Just one cover. Makes it simple. Makes it easy. I Hate Fairyland has a couple of covers. Issue 47. Can't believe this is gone 47 issues. But we've got a cover A as well as a cover B and a third like black and whitish kind of less color version of that cover A. Those are your cover choices here by Scotty Young. So grab what you like. Knights, number 17. This is also wrapping up this arc. Nearly. One more to go. And then they will be taking a break on this Knights storyline. I think this was also mentioned for some sort of adaptation. So I think people forgot about it. But Knights is wrapping up its Chimera arc after this issue. So one more to come after this. The Power Fantasy. So Power Fantasy, issue 15. Also nearing an end. A lot of people are enjoying this series and are worried that this is going to be it for it. But we'll see. Issue 15 near the end with two covers. 1, 2. Grab the cover that you want and go from there. Rat City is not nearing its end. I know there's a lot of it. The end is near. The end is near. Not this one. This one's still rolling strong. I didn't care for the first issue. Maybe I missed something, but I just didn't really love it. Issue 21, though. It's been going strong for almost 2 years now. Two covers, too. A, B. Grab which one you want. Red Coat. I'm still getting this, though. So Red Coat, issue 16, still going on. I got to catch up a little bit, though, admittedly, but I do like Red Coat. So with this, you got an A, you got a B, as well as a third out. Hindenburg there. And we got a third here. Not quite a throne, but he's chilling. He's chilling. Massive Verse, Rogue Sun, coming out with issue 32. We've got one cover as well as a second cover that's a connecting cover, kind of a callback to the old school X books, X-Men #1. So you'll see it once it's all done, but so far we've got these two on the last two issues, so issues 31 and 32. You see it's forming. You'll see it. But yeah, it'll be an homage to X-Men #1. And then there is a 1 in 20 Virgin version of that cover A. Walking Dead will be our last image book here. So we've got the Walking Dead Deluxe. I can't believe, I know I say it every time, but 129 issues into the reissues of these colored versions of the title. Insane. 3 covers on it, too. So 1, 2, and 3. Then we'll go over to Oni. Now, usually with Oni, I'm looking forward to like those EC books, but this week we don't get any. So I'm not picking up, I don't think, any Oni this week, but we do have a couple of books to talk about. So let's take a look at Adventure Time. So issue 9 is a new story arc, so a good jumping on point for folks if you want to read Adventure Time. It's not really for me. This kind of came after my time. It didn't catch me, so I don't have a nostalgia for it, but I know a lot of people love it. So issue 9, new story arc, if you want to get on board here. And then there are some incentive versions of those books as well. And then Oni also has a Biker Mice from Mars ending. So issue 8 is ending the current arc, and who knows when we'll see this again. I mean, they've already done, I think, 2 volumes, so it'll be back. But 2 covers and a 1 in 10 on Biker Mice from Mars. And then finally, out of Oni, we have, oh, I'm sorry, there's still a 1 in 22. I'm sorry, I missed that one. So there's still a 1 in 20 incentive. Then we'll move on to Dark Horse. So over at Dark Horse, a lot of interesting titles coming out of there as a publisher. We'll see what we got for this week, though. We've got a 3rd issue, I believe, of American Caper. 2 covers. More Hellboy-verse stuff. So we've got Miss Truesdale, The Rise of Man, with 2 covers on issue 2. And then we also have, what we got? Powers, issue 5 of Powers 25. And then this one issue of Touched by a Demon. Not Touched by an Angel, but Touched by a Demon. So pick up any of those if they are of interest to you. And now we'll move on to Boom. Boom Studios. What do we got here? No Something is Killing the Children this week. But we do have, I think, the Briar book. I think we have the 2nd issue of this Briar Knight's Terror, this next volume of the series, issue 2. Couple of covers there. Kind of dig that 2nd one. What else we got? And we also got the incentives, or the incentive, which is a 1 in 10, and then a Virgin version of the cover A. And then we also have from Boom Power Rangers Turtles. This is near the end, penultimate issue. So one more to wrap up this mini series, issue 4 of 5. Plenty of covers here, as you will see. 1, 2, 3 options. And then what else we got? Virgin versions of a couple of them. Not only that, we've got a foil version of that one in the middle. It's a 1 in 5 foil. Oh, that's not the only 1 in 5 foil. Is we got this cover. That's new art. That's a 1 in 5 foil. Wait, we've got other versions of books here too. So we got incentives that have a black and white of that cover here, version of that one, 1 in 25. That's also a virgin. We'll take that 1 in 25 virgin, slap some foil on it, make it a 1 in 100, and then give you new art on a 1 in 150. That's a lot of covers. That's a lot of covers. But with that, let's move on to VR Troopers number 6, which is the end of this VR Trooper series. So let's see what we got here with 3 covers, some virgins, some incentives, and that is that series to be wrapped. Then we also, here are a couple of more incentives for you, 1 in 25 and a 1 in 50 to go up even higher for your VR Troopers number 6. And then we'll shift it on over to IDW. IDW this week. What do we got? Do we got some turtle stuff for you? I don't think so. I think we have some Star Trek for you, though. So if you're a Star Trek fan, here you go. You got a couple of books coming your way with The Last Starship. Star Trek, The Last Starship. A, B, 1 in 15 version of that one. What else we got? We also have Starship Godzilla. So we got 2 starships. We got a Last Starship and the Starship Godzilla. A, B, 1 in 15. And that 1 in 15 is a movie poster homage. Do you remember to what? You'll see it in a second. It's District 9. Quality sci-fi movie, I will say. And a fun little cover, even though, it's sideways and the other one's more of a circular UFO thing. Still a cool cover. And then we will move on from there and check out Turtles. Yes, there were Turtles. Of course, there were Turtles. We've got Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and this is issue 3, which is the second to last issue. So the end of this one is near, with one more coming at issue 4, A, B, and a 1 in 25. And then Battle Nexus. This is the Turtle KO event, where turtles are fighting other turtles from other multiverses. Issue 3 coming out this week. And then from there, we're going to get into the rest of the indies. So I broke out those other publishers because they're on the larger side. They kind of stand out a little from the pack. But the rest of the pack of indies, we still have plenty of books coming your way from a lot of publishers. Not every publisher, mind you, as a bunch of them are sitting this week out. So nothing this week from these guys here. We've got, what do we got? Distillery and Panic and Magma. A whole bunch of publishers. Nothing new for you this week, including Keen Spot. But we do have stuff from Antarctic, for one. So Antarctic is giving us Tomorrow Girl, number 16. You got that Airboy homage, and then you also have that flash of 2 worlds. So 2 homage covers there for this Tomorrow Girl book. And then they also have Tiffany and Charlotte on Another World. I think Midtown gives you a virgin version. So if you get it from Lunar, you can get a different cover than anywhere else. But I don't know. It's not a title I personally pick up. So let's go on over to Archie. And we've got the Valentine Spectacular. A couple of covers for that. Then from there, we go to Bad Idea. This is on my list. I do like picking up Bad Idea books. So I am getting Cul-de-sac. And this is also the end of this Cul-de-sac miniseries with issue 6. So a little interesting to see how this all wraps up. A couple covers and a couple of these fine art covers, as you can see here. I'll show you the full wraparound. There's one, and here's another one with a wraparound. That's kind of cool there. I think it's Edward Munch mixed in there. You know the scream. Couple other options here as well. I'm probably just getting the cover A, to be honest, but some of these are pretty cool. And then there is a 1 in 20 incentive if you do want to go the incentive variant route. Also from Bad Idea, we have Save Now, issue 0 coming out. So I'm going to grab this as well. Give you a little bit of a breakdown on this one. It's issue 0, so it's almost like a, I guess, prequel kind of a filler in stories. But a couple of covers. Boom, boom. 1 in 20. And there is a 1 in 50. I'm probably just going A. And lastly, They're All Terrible, also coming out from Bad Idea. I'm just probably going to grab the A. It's a pretty cool cover there. But there is a B cover as well as, and here's just give you a bit of the description. This is also the end of this miniseries. So this one's also wrapping up. And then you can get the A, you get the B, and then there is a 1 in 20 incentive here as well. From Bad Idea, we will move on over to Dynamite. And no cheesecake from Dynamite this week. Sorry. But we got Stitch. Couple of covers, couple more. And then Dynamite's also given us Supernatural, which I actually do pick up because I'm a big fan of the show, Supernatural. So I do get the comic still. And you got the Clayton Crane cover there on the cover A. And then it's giving you a whole breakdown of what it's about. So we got issue 4 coming out here by Greg Pak. Other cover options here. You know, it's Dynamite, so there's more than just these ones that I'm showing. There's also Virgin versions, yada, yada, yada. But I'm just giving you the individual cover art that are different, so you can pick your favorite, including the photo cover, if you like a photo cover. Then we'll go over to Fantagraphics, and we've got the next issue of Love and Rockets, number 17, big magazine sized, as well as Uncle Scrooge, number 4. So a little old-timey out west 49er style duck. The McDuck Journals, boom, boom, number 4. And yes, there is, oh, sorry for that transition. It shouldn't do that, but we got a 1 in 10. There you go, 1 in 10 if you want to go the incentive route on that cover C. What else do we got here? Again, I know this is a whole new thing for me, so I'm playing with the format of it, but tell me again if you like this breaking it down by publisher aspect of it. But Ignition Press is giving us the 3rd issue of Beauty. Also, some interest here on the original run of Beauty from Image, and then this is the new run from Ignition. The show looks like it's interesting. I'm going to give it a shot, and to be fair, I bought the first issue, the Jenny Frison cover, but I never really read the title because it just didn't seem like it was something that would interest me, but now I might have to give it a shot because the show looks interesting. But with that said, this is issue 3 of the current run out of Ignition, and then we also have Murder Podcast coming out with issue 4 as well. And then from here, we'll move on to Mad Cave, who's giving us Defenders of the Earth, and then the Gotcha Man, 2 covers on the Gotcha Man. We've got titles like Gunpowder Profits number 4, Liquidator number 3. Again, a lot of stuff coming out of Mad Cave, but I just can't keep up with all of it. If any of it's good, please let us all know down below. Speed Racer, I was never a big Speed Racer guy, just being honest. And then Terabytes, cool covers on that Terabyte series by Raza. At least throughout the run. So once again, I don't know. That's Mad Cave, and we'll move over to Massive. Yes, Massive is returning. And this is on my pull list because this is Astrobots, which is the Massive version of Transformers. It's kind of the easiest way to kind of look at it. But yeah, I don't know. I've still been checking these out. This is a connecting cover too on this cover A. So we'll see what we got so far with the first 3 issues. Boom, boom, boom. Shift them on over. It's not bad. But then we also got a B cover. And there is, I think, an incentive as well. No incentive, but we got a 4th cover there. A 3rd cover. I'm sorry, 3rd cover option. Can't count. And then we also have Disavowed. So Disavowed is their version of G.I. Joe. So I'm also grabbing this. This is also in combination with Devil's Due. So we've got a cover A. And it's also like a more adult version of this title, at least the Disavowed is. So just keep that in mind, too. If you're looking for G.I. Joe goodness, might be a little bit beyond that. B cover there. And then we've got a C cover here, which reminds me of the twins, Tomax and Zaymont, mixed with the Baroness. I don't know, because I haven't read this yet. But gonna check it out. So that's Massive. What else do we got coming from indies? We got Titan, Dark Souls. Still haven't played this game. Heard it's impossible. Or at least that was part of its selling point. But the comic book has had some interest in it. And this Dark Souls, Mother of Mourning, is the next issue here of this series. We've got a couple cover options here. Gorgeous art on both. And then we've got another option there, foil on that cover A. And then there's also a virgin version of that cover A. So pick whichever one of those 5 you like. But also from Titan, we do have Doctor Who. Doctor Who. Yes. Gott was no longer our current doctor, and who knows if the doctor will be returning. He'll be returning. I just don't know when. But the Disney Plus thing just didn't seem to work out for them. But going back to BBC might be the best option. That's where it started. That's where it belongs. So let's see. I mean, there is an adipose there, so that's kind of fun. I don't know. Anyway, Doctor Who comic, if you're into it. What else do we got? Oh, Udon. So I always grab these, even though the Street Fighter, like the later Street Fighter series, like extra characters like Elena, they're not the ones I gravitate towards. I think more the original crew, the Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, whatever. But still, I grab these books. So we've got a couple of covers here, and I usually grab the 1 in 5s along with them. So 2 open order covers, and then we do have that 1 in 5 that I mentioned here. So sometimes they do well as far as the aftermarket goes. I just like grabbing 1 in 5s because they're easier to obtain and more cost effective for me to obtain sort of incentives. And usually they got some cool covers. And then we also have Guile on another Masters title. So I'll be grabbing this one too. Yes, his hair is ridiculous, but we'll see what Cody Rhodes does with the role. We got 1, 2, and there is a blank along with this one and a 1 in 5 as well. Don't love this 1 in 5. It's just, he's a little too brawny. That's not how I remember Guile. Guile's always been more of a athletic, sleek, not so much of a bruiser. But whatever, it is what it is. Artistic license. But from there, we do have one more publisher. This Wiseacre Comics that I know very little about, but I did see this Magnus Jakuta is coming out. So if you're interested, pick it up. And there is our indie run. Now let's get up to the end of our show with some of the other segments that we have here, still with the facsimiles. So segregating these still from the publishers because they're kind of in a league of their own. Facsimiles for this week. And you notice I did different title cards because, well, I had extra time in building out a new show deck. So I figured I'd mess with it. But VR Troopers, number 5. So you got this Power Rangers flip book with VR Troopers facsimile there. Cool. Batman 676, classic Morrison, Alex Ross cover as well. You got the facsimile, you got a sketch cover, and you have a foil version, which is $2 more. Death of Superman, number 75, facsimile cover, as well as a blank, which I couldn't find to see what it looks like, what the blank's going to look like as far as like the framing goes. So I don't know what the blank's going to look like, but there also is a foil edition of it too. So yeah. And Civil War, number 6. So yeah, Civil War with their facsimiles continuing with the regular one, their foil on the Turner covers, and then a new cover art on a 1 in 25. And then from here, we'll get to the later prints. And yes, Absolute is back. Absolute is back with a new later printing because if you haven't gotten it already, now's your chance. 10th printing. 10th printing. See that? 10, 10, 10. Wow. It's like Skybound. But 10th printing of Absolute Batman, number 1. Trade dress, you can see, recolored. But there also is a new cover in Hyuk Lee. Or different cover, I should say. And a foil edition of it, too, if you want to get that. Cool. So, that's 3 cover options. I don't know why we need 3 cover options on a 10th printing, but we've got them. If you think that's bad, we're getting 4 options on this. This is the Batman Annual. Did very well out of the gate. Finally getting the second print treatment. Surprise, it took this long. But it's coming with recolored trade dress on the open order cover. And then we've got a new cover art here. And then we've got foil editions for both. So that's 4 covers on that second print. It's more covers than they had on the first print, I think. Or the same. Doesn't matter. That's a lot, in my opinion. But not surprised. Skybound, I joked, they always do 2. So here we go. G.I. Joe number 8. You got to have a Joe, and you got to have a Cobra version. There you go. Baroness Raptor. Cool. Transformers does the same thing. So we got Transformers number 22. Got to have an Autobot, and you got to have a Decepticon cover. So we got another Constructicon there, an Aerial Bot on the other side. And, they form up Superion, Devastator. It's just kind of have to do it. But Hulk, Infernal Hulk also getting the second print treatment, and Marvel giving us a 1 in 25 as well. And then finally, Voyeur #1 gets a second print. I liked this cover when it first came out. So now we have a recolored version of it. This second print for Voyeur out of Ignition. So if you haven't read this or you just want to get this cover, because like I said, it's a solid cover, pick it up. It's Hughes-esque again. Speaking of Hughes-esque, we do have Cheesecake Covers. That's right. We got some Cheesecake Covers. Not many this week. I told you, Dynamite was sitting it out, and we got nothing out of Zenoscope either. So who do we got to work with? Well, our only installment for our cheesecakes this week comes to us from Top Cow and Image with Witchblade. And even this one's kind of a stretch to kind of put in here, but Witchblade #18, mostly because of the Jason Shawn Alexander B cover here. And it also has a Virgin Incentive 1 in 25. And with that, that's all the covers we have for you. So let's get to my favorites. These are my best covers of the week, in my personal opinion. So you can tell me if you agree or disagree. And it came right out at the start. I'm actually picking the same damn book twice for this one, as my incentive. My favorite incentive of the week is actually the 1 in 25 of Psylocke Ninja, this Nogi-san. I told you when I was running through it, I dig it. I like it. It seems very straightforward, very simple, but I like it. And I like the art term, as I mentioned. So for open order covers, I'm going with the art term here. It's just beautiful to look at. And yes, I could have gone with the 1 in 200, but I'm fine with the trade dress here, as I said. So with that, thank you for all the support. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you enjoyed this series and everything we have here on the channel. I was trying to revamp it to make the show go a little smoother and easier to kind of do timestamps and time jump through it. Let me know what you think with those changes. And even though we did take a little bit of extra time getting through this, it's not without its kinks. But that's all I got for you this week. And with all that said, I'll see you all later with some more content. All right.